Hello, I want to start this week's analysis with gold. Just quick, yesterday I did an analysis on gold and I showed you that we are right at this level here where we are expecting a breakthrough or a reversal, and we kind of broke through pretty aggressive and we came back. So this is kind of a retest pattern right straight from the bat on Monday, where we could see likely the further continuation to the upside. So this corrective structure to the downside seems to be ending here, and it's just something that occurred actually after I did the video in the last couple of hours of the market. So interesting to point this out. So let's switch to the Forex for now. I want I want to go through the US dollar related pairs, because a lot is happening there. So let's start right off. Well, here we had this bullish run and we are in this corrective structure at the moment. So let's see what we can get from here on out. If this is the final push lower, we are at this level over here. So yes, this and at the lower side of the channel. So I am looking for long positions from here on out back up. Don't know if this will be the full swing that way, or if we maybe will maybe make one more push, something like that. But this is definitely for next week, euro dollar, definitely on my radar for getting into the upside. That's my idea. This is the US dollar Swiss franc, and we are this already happened. It happened a little late, but it happened, and we never got that far. So let's take that off for now. We are in this kind of channel at the moment. Not a lot is happening. This is the lower side, this is the upper side. So if trading opportunities occur around this area, then I would be I would be waiting for this to move first a little higher before getting in. Yes, at the moment I'm bullish, so consolidation a lot needs to happen before getting bearish. So if I would be taking a trade next week from a swing trading perspective, I would wait for a pullback and then a continuation pattern to the upside. That's my first idea, and we need way more information to be calling this a reversal later on. So maybe we'll switch from the upside. So that's it for now. Australian US dollar. I'm gonna go through a lot of these a little bit quicker than for example last week, because a lot of you know by now what the opportunities are in this market. This reacted exactly as we thought it would. The trend line in combination with this resistance level made that we were now this resistance is turning support. So another push to the upside would be something I'm looking for to get in, maybe after that to the downside. But overall, let me zoom out a little bit. The whole thing in Australian dollar, US dollar, is that we are still in this range, and we are looking for a big move once we finally break out of this and continue to move to the upside. So that's the bigger thing we're looking for. Same thing goes for us, New Zealand dollar, US dollar. We are stuck in a certain range here as well. So yes, let's see if this pullback continues, and that way we can finally get a perfect entry, which didn't happen last week because this move was already on its way, and this is what we need. We need this to move back into at least this supportive trend line, or maybe around this level here we will find some kind of a pattern to enter. US dollar, Canadian dollar. Yes, there was the bigger time frame trend line where we were looking at, which obviously still is on the table actually. So price didn't break the support yet, so we are still on the table for a potential long setup. Of course, when price has resistance up there and support down here, this is nowhere to be taking a short unless we break to the downside, retest, and then continue to move. So this is kind of long positions at the moment, but we have to see what happens from here on out. US dollar, Japanese dollar. Yes, that was a break of a downward structure, and now we are moving back up. Interesting to put on your chart maybe would be this level. The price will likely find some kind of support, but let's see what happens. It's not my favorite when it comes to the US dollar pairs. So this is yes, this exactly. Price moving pretty awesome at the moment because we had this long push lower. We're waiting for a pullback that already occurred on the two other pairs, like the Swiss and the no, it was the Australian dollar and the New Zealand dollar. Those are in those actual pullbacks. This has been a nice move, and we are looking for a level to get in once we have a pullback in the downside direction, of course. Then I did a special on the Great British Pound 2 weeks ago, which is moving nicely. Also here we are at an important level when it comes to supply and demand. There is more room to the downside, so if I would use the supply and demand, I would be in this area by now, where we could see a bounce back up. So maybe another push, and then finally we need to get in. So I'm looking for long positions back into this channel, and I'm not really looking into shorts anymore. So a long position from here on out would be a scenario, but I'm expecting one more push before we can really get into this to the long side. Let's stick to the British pound for a minute. Great moves, is moving exactly as we thought it was. Right now, no trading opportunity on this. Waiting for a pullback, and once it occurs, looking for long pullbacks, for long setups again. So yes, this is actually still in play. This was in play, and that happened. This is the second thing we are looking for. What is else on the Great British Pound? Same kind of situation here, and same kind of situation here, I'm guessing. Yes. So keep a close eye on the British Pound because a lot of setups are moving kind of the same. So let's see which one offers trading opportunities first. Then let's get into some pairs we didn't cover in videos in prior weeks. For example, the New Zealand Swiss franc. It's the daily chart. We are in a downward move. Let's see what happens if we this structure obviously broke, but this resistance never broke, so we're in consolidation at the moment. Yes, and I think this consolidation can keep on for a minute. So if you look maybe for a setup to range trade, this is an interesting market to be range trading. I think this is the zone where we are at. We are at the top of this trading range, so looking for shorts could be a setup for next week. Yes, because this here broke when we zoom in. That's how we take trades. That's how we find entries. This level broke. Maybe we can adjust the trend line because this resistance became support, so that's still something that's in place. And now we had this move lower, making lower lows, and this could be a lower high as well. So let's see if we can get some kind of direction from here on out. I would trade this to the short side. There is some room left with some risk reward. If you put your stops above here and maybe down here, just factor 2 times 2. So if you take a loss 300 pips above 200 pips, then make sure you make 400 pips or whatever, you know. Just or talking about currency, then if you are taking a $20 loss, make sure you make 40. That's the kind of setup with the risk reward I would be looking for this. Let's go back to the daily to get the picture the way it is. New Zealand Canadian dollar is still in this consolidation, moving back to the lows. Let's see how price behaves down here. If we again get a move back up, it's kind of like the New Zealand Swiss we just showed. So these are the scenarios that are playing out. It's a range still of the 84,200 level and the 82,350. So that's kind of an interesting range and interesting to be taking some positions from here on out. Well, as the New Zealand CAD behaves like this, then obviously another time this kind of behaves the same. And also here prices in a certain range. This was a tough to trade. It eventually was a fake breakout, of course, but this is this doesn't go anymore. So we are in a range. So it's after a bearish move. We are in consolidation, and to get confirmation to the upside we need of course a break of this level, but since we are moving into the lows again, this is something that's interesting. We're seeing this at the moment. So let's see if we can get in long. Obviously I'm looking to get in long, and I'm not looking for shorts anymore in this market, so that's another one. And then finally I think we have something here. This never happened. Price is kind of, this was a nice move. Now we are in corrective structure again, so I'm waiting for another move to be taking on this pair. But we need some confirmation that it's actually moving back in the direction. I remember trading this as well, looking for a continuation pattern. Well, and this really took from April till August before we finally broke out and started moving. But this is a classic pattern though. This is a interesting pin bar, moved followed by a very strong bullish candle, closed above the channel line, and then we came back for a small retest, and finally we started trending pretty steady to the upside. So let's see how this price behaves over here. Personally, I think this is not the move yet to be breaking out of this channel for a continuation, so I'm expecting a little bit more downside, and then we are good. Yeah, I think that's it for now for this week. So we got ourselves a lot of opportunities. I ran through as fast as I can, but with a story, of course. A lot of lines, a lot of ideas are already on the chart, so I don't have to go through them all with you guys. Please comment below for next week or next videos what you want me to help you with. And yes, well, I wish you a good weekend, and I hope you're ready for a next trading week. Bye bye.